So the name of this project is Kitar GE14. Kitar means recycle in our language, the Bahasa Melayu language. And I decided to come up with this campaign on the 10th of May when I was driving around town and realized that there were just too many advertising buntings and banners and billboards about our elections. Okay, so like I said, on the 10th of May, as my husband and I were driving around town, we started to realize the amount of buntings, banners and billboards that have been up for our general elections. And they were all going into landfills. So what I did was I made a few calls, mostly on my Facebook page, as well as to friends who I know are volunteers for the G14 campaigns. And yeah, so I basically made a call out to all the politicians if they could donate these buntings and banners to me for this upcycle project. I was very fortunate to then receive calls from several parties, mostly from the Pakatan Harapan Alliance, which is our current ruling party, and they donated some 2,000 or 3,000 buntings to me. So this will be the material that we will use to create our Kitar GE14 bags. To create a project for the livelihood of the marginalized people here in Malaysia, because I am the founder of a movement called the Berani Project. The Berani Project was created 3.5 years ago to create opportunities of livelihood for the marginalized people here in Malaysia. I work quite specifically right now with the refugee community because Malaysia is not a signatory to the 1951 protocol, which means that refugees in this country are not allowed to work legally. The best solution that I can think for them is to create livelihoods that are independent and to turn them into business people rather than to seek employment, which is illegal in this country. So back to Kitar GE14, we decided to upcycle the election buntings and banners into bags that the Malaysian citizens would be proud to carry. I'm very proud of this project because on the first hand, I'm providing livelihood to the refugee communities, and at the same time I'm taking this opportunity to teach them about entrepreneurship and how to think like an entrepreneur. At the same time, it is an eco-friendly project because we are upcycling something that would otherwise have ended up in our landfills. And the third is to commemorate our general elections, the 14th general elections, which for all Malaysians is really a cause for huge celebration. It is the first time since we reached independence that we have voted for change, voted for accountability and transparency, and it's the first time that the Malaysian voice is united as one. And as a Malaysian, I am extremely excited for the future of Malaysia now. Okay, so basically 3 years ago I met this really amazing man. His name is Kasim, and he's a refugee here, from Afghanistan. And he has actually been a leather bag maker since the age of 7. He comes from an entire family of bag makers. Kasim is an extremely enterprising young man, unfortunately stuck in an environment where he is a refugee here, therefore not allowed to work. So when I started Kitar GE14, it just made sense for me to collaborate with Kasim. The designs of the bags are something that Kasim and I worked on together. The quality of the bags are something that we can be proud of because of his, his professionalism and his artisanal work. And what's going to happen is Kasim is actually going to use this project to teach other refugees here in Malaysia, to provide them with this skill of upcycling bags. And we hope that together we will create this into a long-term sustainable business of upcycling advertising banners and buntings into products for sale. You'll be able to purchase the bags very soon via pre-order from our website, and it's www.beranimarketplace.com. I hope to receive your orders then. Thanks!